Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. In this session, we are going to see about communication, the last element of directing function. Communication is derived from a Latin word called communis, which means common. So communication is a process of creating common understanding among the receivers. Okay, so communication can be defined as the process of exchange of ideas, views, facts, feelings, etc. between two or more persons to reach common understanding. So this is an exchange of ideas, views, facts, feelings, and many things like this between two person or more than that. Okay, and it is done to reach common understanding. So this is called communication. This communication can be upward, that is from a subordinate to the superior. So this type of communication is called upward communication. The next one is downward communication, where the superior will communicate to the subordinate. That is, the superior may order or command the subordinate. Okay, and the next is lateral, where people of same designation will communicate, like head of the department, like a production manager and a finance manager. So the communication between these two people who are of the same cadre is called as lateral communication. And the next is diagonal communication. Like for example, an employee of the production department may speak or communicate to the marketing manager. Okay, they are not of the same designation, but still they are communicating. So these are the different types of communication. First one is upward. When the subordinate communicates to the superior, it is called upward communication. Next is downward. When the superior gives command or communicates to the subordinate, then it is downward communication. Lateral communication, when two persons of same cadre will communicate with each other, it is called as lateral communication. Then diagonal communication, where persons of different designation communicate. Okay, so these are the types of communication. Next, we are going to see the elements in the communication process. So what happens in the communication process? So first, from the sender side, the sender has to decide on what message has to be communicated. So anybody who is communicating needs to just think in their mind. They have to just think about what they are going to talk about or what they are going to convey. Okay, so that is message. And after this, after deciding this message, they have to encode it. Encoding is done in the sender side. That is, this message is put into words, because when we would like to convey something to the other person, we need to put all our ideas into words, and we have to convey them properly for a common understanding. Otherwise we may say something and the person might misunderstand something. Okay, so that is encoding. Next comes media. So here, after encoding, through a media, communication is done. Like how to communicate to a large gathering, mics are used nowadays, or we may use telephones, or we may use mobile, isn't it? So a medium is used to communicate. Next, this is from the receiver's end. Here, whatever is heard or whatever is read, that is decoded from the receiver's side. That is, they read that document, or they hear what is said, those words, and he decodes the message and he tries to understand. So this is from receiver's side. And after the receiver receives the communication, feedback will be sent to the sender's side. That is, the feedback may be the reaction what we give. Okay, suppose if your friend is shouting at you, you may react in a different way. or if a friend is smiling at you, you may react in a different way, isn't it? So from the receiver's end, some feedback is given to the sender as an understanding of the communication. Okay, so here we have some hindrance called as noise. So this media, the medium through which we are communicating, we may have some hindrances like a disturbed telephone line, or any repair in the products which we use to communicate. So all these are hindrances. Those hindrances of communication is only called as noise. Okay, so these are the elements that are involved in communication process. Next, we are going to see the channels of communication. We have two channels of communication. One is formal and the other one is informal. Formal communication is the formal chain of communication which is given by authority, by the organization. Okay, so this type of communication is called as formal channel of communication. And we have five networks under this formal channel of communication. First is single chain network. Under single chain network, the message is passed from one person to the other person, otherwise from one superior to his subordinate. Okay, so the superior to his immediate subordinate will convey the message, will communicate the message. So this type of network is only called a single chain network. Next is wheel network. Wheel network is all subordinates communicate through one superior. That is, suppose if A is the superior, all other people, other subordinates will communicate only through this superior. Okay, so any communication will be passed only through this person, that is superior A. Okay, and nobody else is allowed to talk among themselves. The members are not allowed to talk among themselves. They can communicate only through their superior. So here this superior acts as a hub of the wheel, and that is why it is called as wheel network. Okay, next is circular network. In circular network, they can communicate to the adjacent people. Okay, so A can communicate with E and B, and B can communicate with A and C. Likewise, they can communicate with the adjoining colleagues or with the adjoining team members. So this type of communication is called as circular network. And this represents participative system. Everybody is communicating with each other, isn't it? Not among themselves, but at least with the two adjoining colleagues. Okay. Next is free flow network. In free flow network, there is no restriction on the communication. Anybody can communicate with anyone. Okay. So they can communicate among themselves and even with others. Okay. So this type of communication is only called as free flow network. Okay. Next is inverted V network. In inverted V network, the subordinates are allowed to speak to their immediate superior and also to the superior's superior. That is, in this case, A is the immediate superior of B and C. They can communicate, B and C can communicate with A. At the same time, they can also communicate with D, who is the immediate superior of A. Okay, so by representing the shape of this communication, it is named as inverted V shape network. Okay, so among all these communications, free flow network is the fast mode. Okay, it is the fastest mode of communication and formal communication. Next, we are going to see informal communication. This informal communication refers to the communication that takes place without following the formal lines of communication. Because this informal communication arises because of the informal organization among the workers in the organization. Okay, so it is all because of their um, informal system, that is their friendship or affiliation. Okay, here this is also called as grapevine network. This informal communication is called as grapevine network. Okay, because it branches out going in all directions. It is, there is no restriction in the communication at all. Wherever it wants, it just the communication flows. Okay, so that is why it is called as grapevine network. And here the communication spreads very fast when compared to formal communication. And here we cannot detect the source of communication, and if there is any miscommunication done, even that cannot be identified easily in informal communication. But in formal communication, we can just find out the source of communication, and if there is any miscommunication, we can understand or analyze and find it out very easily. We'll be able to spot it out easily in case of formal communication. But here in grapevine or informal communication, it is very difficult to find out the source of communication and the miscommunication, from which point the miscommunication occurred, even that cannot be found out. Okay, and these informal channels are at times used by the managers just to test the reaction of the employees. When they bring some changes, they just spread some rumors in the form of rumors, and they find out the reaction of the employees with this informal communication. So we have four networks under this informal communication. First comes single strand. In single strands, message passes from one person to the other person. Okay, so one will communicate to the other one at a time. So this type of communication is called a single strand network. Next is gossip network. In gossip network, one person passes information to everyone else, and it is on non-selective basis. It is not like the person will choose anyone to communicate. Just like that, it is passed to many people. Okay, so this is called as gossip network, where this one person is communicating to all these members. Okay, next is probability network. In probability network, the individual communicates randomly with the other individual. So not just wantedly they do it, but at random. They might meet two or three people, but they will communicate the uh, issue only to one person. Okay, so this is called as gossip network. See here, C has communicated only to F. Even though C has met F, H, and G, C has communicated only to F. And A has communicated to B. And this B has met C, D, and E, but still B has communicated only to C and E. Okay, so this is called as probability network. Next is cluster network. In cluster network, the individual communicates with only those people whom he trusts. Okay, so it is purely based on the trust of a person. So here A meets B, C, and D, but A passes the information only to B, and B meets E and F, but B is communicating only to F. So likewise, whoever they trust, only to them the information is passed. So this type of network is only called as cluster network. So in this session, we have understood what is communication, the importance of communication, the elements of communication process, and the two channels of communication. Thank you.